hears a noise inside and goes to investigate. When he doesn't return, she heads in after him. She finds the clown crouching over his body with a saw. She runs back to her car and drives off. She calls the police until, stop me if you've heard this before, she loses service. And out there on the road, she sees him again. The clown on the side of the road waving for her to stop. Of course, she keeps driving, but in her panicked state, almost hits an oncoming van and veers off the road. She gathers her wits until the clown is at her window. She drives again, only stopping when she finds another car on the side of the road. She runs to it, calling for help, and sees the driver barely alive. His hands removed, his face a bloody pulp. She gets back in her car and drives, until the clown reveals himself in her back seat. She slams on the brakes, thrusting him into the front panel. She escapes the vehicle and runs until she finds a shed. She locks it from the inside and hides. It does keep him out, until he gets the idea to dig his way in. And now he's locked it from the outside. There is no longer any escape. He cuts her with a weapon of his own design, a whip-like thing covered in sharp objects. But during the whip, one of those sharp things comes loose, so she takes it and sticks it in his eye, then his back. She runs back to the road and flags down a car. The driver picks her up. He heads quickly toward the police station, until another car catches up with them. The clown is back.
They're shooting at me.
Their
Behind.
car pulls off the road,
Behind us.
crashes. By the time she comes to, the clown
They're in the
has
tunnel, they're in the
already
tunnel.
removed her arm.
They're not off front yet.
She sees
No,
them
they're in the
vigilant
tunnel.
and screams.
Nope, they're in the
And
tunnel, they're in the
clown
tunnel.
Should be off guys.
laughs. Sarah shuts off the TV. She is officially done with that tape. But
Yeah, double
it
check it in a minute.
apparently is not done with her. The TV turns back on.
Going too far to turn back now,
Clown
boy.
approaches the screen and bangs on it, as though trying to break out into the real world. Then it flickers to an image of Sarah herself, with the clown behind her. She quickly destroys the tape and the clown is gone, until a scream from upstairs.
Good work, good work.
She runs
bro.
to find him, pointing and laughing at the children's room. Inside the room, she
They're at the
finds the
bottom.
children's, and on the wall, he signs his name in blood. Art. I'll be honest, I was skeptical before I started this movie. It never made it to theaters.
They're shooting under the ground. They're shooting.
I
Careful,
hardly ever hear it mentioned
gay.
when people talk about Terrifier. But the movie starts with a wraparound plot that
How you
connects the
missed
short
that?
films,
That bad.
and it's totally fine. The interaction between Sarah
fucking
and
ridiculous.
the two
I
kids
wish that
is
glitch
written,
would just
acted, and shot
not
in a
exist.
naturalistic
It's
way.
fucking-
Yo,
You
don't
don't
go
get
down
much
there,
in the
he's
way
gonna
of
get
character
you.
development.
Yeah, dude, it's
and you
cheap.
don't really expect it in
I
an
would just
anthology
extra,
where
probably.
each character gets such limited screen time. But Sarah, Tia, and Timmy
I'll take
feel
them to
like
give, man.
three
I'll
real
drink with
human
you.
beings.
How about
And when
this?
they
How about
find
this? I'll
an
let y'all
unmarked
rest. I'll let you
VHS
rest.
tape, my curiosity
Alright.
was immediately piqued.
You
Who gave them that tape?
I'm a big
What
time liar. Never
and
trust me.
like the ring, will playing it have consequences? It's also relatable to anyone who grew up in a house with a VCR. And if that sounds like a ridiculous sentence to
He's under
you,
the mat.
sorry for the reminder that we're getting older. And I assume a lot of people today have never even
Get
seen a
up there.
VCR. But remember the feeling of finding
Get up
old
top, yeah,
footage
get up
without
top of
a
that.
label?
He
There was
can't shoot
always
you.
such
He can shoot
curiosity
you where you
sticking
at
it
right
into
now.
the VCR, hitting play,
Gotta be above
then
somewhere.
sitting back and waiting to find out what's on it. It's a great start that also helps set a retro tone, harkening back to the 70s and 80s, a time in horror movie history that Leone clearly reveres. In fact, in the Terrifier short, he even added digital artifacts like scratches to make the footage look older. We'll come back to the wraparound story, but how about the shorts themselves? First up is The Ninth Circle, Leone's short which first introduces Art the Clown. He has a minor but memorable role in the movie, and once again, it's something relatable. You're alone at a train or bus station at night when you feel vulnerable and you think this would be the worst time to run into a strange person. The perfect time for Art to show up. And of course, setting this tale on Halloween night means Casey can justify in her mind why this clown is here. It's just a guy in a costume, perfectly normal for All Hallows Eve.